right now. I just don't have the time. Okay, well, I want everyone to be quiet so we can do notes. How about that? You can. That would be great. Will you close the door, please, Antoine? I know you're not talking to me like that, are you? Okay, sounded like that's not what you said. Okay, here we go. Today we're graphing lines in the form y equals mx plus b. What is that called? We did it yesterday. Y equals mx plus b. That form is called slope intercept. Y equals mx plus b is slope intercept. Hopefully, we're going to just rock this out of the park. So let's look at the graph. Let's look at the equation. Can you tell me what the slope is of f of x equals negative 3/4 x plus 2? Kane. Negative 3/4. That means, since the top number is negative, Kane, that instead of going up, I'm going to go down. He said down over here. Okay. And we always run to the right. So I would draw those arrows because a lot of you guys were graphing your graphs incorrectly. Okay. What is the value of B, Abigail? 2. Awesome. So I first want to just graph that equation. So I want you guys to put a little note down here that says begin at B. You always begin at B. That is the easiest way to graph. If you begin at B, which is the y-intercept, then you just count your slope. So my y-intercept is positive 2. Yeah. So I'm going to start right there at positive 2. And then my slope is going down because it's negative. So from here, I have to go down 1, 2, 3, and then to the right, 1, 2, 3, 4. So you should end up your first point at 4, negative 1. I'm going to do it again. I'm going to go down 1, 2, 3, to the right, 1, 2, 3, 4. So your next point should be at the ordered pair 8, negative 4. Some of you, like Aiden and Kate, when they were graphing their ordered pairs today, did not have enough room to go down and to the right. So Aiden, do you remember what you did since you couldn't go down and to the right? So you went up and to the left. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to go up from the original point 2 on my y-axis. I'm going to go up 3, 1, 2, 3, and to the left 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Up 1, 2, 3, up 1, 2, 3, 4. So I just want you to know that you are able to graph slope. You guys are capable of this. So your line should look like that. Whenever you have negative slope, the first thing I would do after I graph my line is I would look at it and say to myself, as I look at this graph from left to right, is the line going up or is it going down? Is the line going up or is it going down? It's going down. You would slide. Like if you started at the top, you would slide on your butt all the way down. And that's what you want. You want negative slope. Okay? So notice that this equation started with f of x. F of x is the same thing as what? I heard just someone say it. It's the same thing as y. F of x is the same thing as y. Negative slope means the line looks like, I don't know, I'm going to put a slide because that's what it looks like to me. I'll draw a little person up here. You could. Yeah, you're right. Okay. What? That'd be fabulous. Okay, here we go. So these are the steps these are the steps to like just graph like step by step. Number 1, begin at B. Number 2, start where you began and count your slope. You always go up for positive, down for negative, and you always run to the right. After you've counted your slope and you put your points, you connect them with a line. So let's graph this one. Where do I want to begin? Danae, where do I want to begin? On this equation right here. Awesome. I'm going to begin at -3 on the y-axis. It has a slope of 2/3. That means to do what, Eli? How much? And then run to the right. So that should put you at 3, -1. I'm going to do it again. Up 2 over 3. That should put you at the ordered pair 6, 1. I'm going to do it again. Up 2 over 3. That should put you at the ordered pair 9, 3. I have enough points that I can draw a nice straight line. Okay. What about this one, y equals 2x? I don't even know what to do with that. There isn't a b there. Eric? Yeah, we don't write +0, but that's what that means. That means that it crosses at the origin. So that's the point 0 on the y-axis. If my slope is 2, I'm going to write it as a fraction, 2 over 1. That means I go up 2 over 1. I'm going to do it again, up 2 over 1. I'm going to keep doing that until I have a few points that I can connect my graph. So you should have something that looks like this. All right, Aiden, where do you want to begin on the last one? Where are we beginning on the last one? Y equals -3x plus 5. Where do you begin? You begin at the +5. Let's talk about what my slope of -3 means. Corbin, tell me what that means. Corbett, sorry.
You're going to go down 3 over 1.
Over which way?
To the right.
To the right. We always run to the right. So I'm going to go down 1, 2, 3, over 1 to the right. Down 1, 2, 3, over 1 to the right. Down 1, 2, 3, over 1 to the right. Do you guys remember yesterday standing up? How many points to terminal line? Was that yesterday or the day before? 2. 2 points to terminal line. So you really only need 2. Why am I making you graph 3 or 4? Yeah, just to make sure your line is nice and straight. Make sure you're not making any crazy mistakes. Okay. Are we good with that? Dakota, stop with your mouth noise. Okay. Carly started her bike ride 10 miles from her home. She rides 15 miles per hour. How far away will she be in 3 hours? So this is going to be a y equals mx plus b. So we have to write an equation. It's going to be like that, and we also have to graph it. So Kate, what were you going to say? You're close. Let's talk about it. What were you going to say, Gab?
Y equals 15x plus 10.
It would be. So let's talk about that. This is where she started. Do you see it says she started? That means this is where she begins. So b equals 10. Per, whenever you see the word per, that means slope. So my m is 15. So y equals 15x plus 10. So let's graph that first. So we're talking about hours. We need to label the x-axis, hours. We're going to label the y-axis, whoops, sorry about that, distance in miles. So how far away was she when she began her trip from her house? So I'm going to start at 0, 10. I'm going to start at this point. Each hour, she rides 10 miles. Oh, no, sorry. Each hour, she rides 15 miles. This little y-axis is going up by 5s. Do you guys see that? So from where I began, I'm going to go up 5, 10, 15 over 1. I'm going to do it again. Up 5, 10, 15 over 1. I'm going to do it again. Up 5, 10, 15 over 1. So my graph looks like this. And how far away is she from her house after 3 hours? How far? Yeah, this is 3 hours. She's 55 miles away. So after 3 hours, she is 55 miles away. Is there another way you could have figured that out?
Not that I know.
Daniel, what are we doing with that number 3? Does that number 3 represent X or Y? So what if I had taken that and put it right there? Could I have done that? Yeah, Y equals 15 times 3 plus 10. That means Y equals 45 plus 10 means Y equals 55. That's just evaluating for X, right? We just plugged in for X. You guys know how to do that. Okay. All right. Is that all we have for our notes? You're kidding me. Okay. So this is your homework. And I have an interactive practice that I'm putting up there. Say that again. Yeah, it's 2 pages. Page 9 and 10. Pages 9 and 10. Pages 9 and 10. 8 is our notes. Page 9 and 10. Which is the end of the packet. Ma'am. Yes, you may.
You listen to music?
Yes, you may. You fellas